after my dad left us when I was still a little kid. So she used to be around a lot, and she talked to us about her great husband, Asa Buchanan. We used to love hearing the stories of, these huge, messy family and all the crazy things they did. You know what it's like, growing up somewhere you don't want to be, hearing about all that stuff that seems so out of reach.
Yeah. I remember the first time Allison told me about the Buchanans.
Crazy, Allison?
Yeah. Thought they were so glamorous and lucky.
And you wanted that, right? Just like me.
Yes, I did.
Hey, were you in on it?
Was I in on what?
When you searched me today, were you surprised you didn't find what you were looking for?
I wasn't looking for anything. I was just doing my job.
And your job today was to take me down. Tell me you didn't know that.
Well, then rejoice in my failure and leave me alone.
Don't walk away from me again.
See you tomorrow, Sean.
Good night. Thanks for forgetting something?
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Oh, you didn't think I was home, did you? Let's go, you know the drill. Let's
No,
go.
John already took my cell phone in this.
What's this?
You know how I feel, Natalie, because you feel the exact same way.
We both wanted to be Buchanans. Now we are both Buchanans. You have everything you want, right?
Not everything.
Your choice.
Everything copacetic here?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Excellent.
What is the matter with you?
Why don't you ask John? He's the one throwing around false accusations.
No, actually, that would be Ramsey. And you know what? I have some questions, too, about what happened down at the warehouses.
Is this the way it's going to be from now on? You always going to take John's side?
We're all supposed to be on the same...
Yeah, well, we're obviously not. And you can't seem to pick. So why don't I pick for you?
Finish your arrest report already?
I haven't even started.
Well, don't waste time trying to chew the fat with me. Chop, chop.
You know, you seemed awful surprised when Antonio didn't find any drugs on me. What's the matter, Lee? Getting sloppy in your old age?
You are an amazing woman.
Mr. Balsam?
Yes.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. You have an emergency phone call.
An emergency?
He said his name was Stan Mathers.
I have to take this. Excuse me. But I'll be right back.
Maybe we ought to make it a double wedding.
For whom?
Did you see the way he was looking at you? He was all verklempt. I think he's going to ask you to marry him.
Stan?
I thought that might get you.
Jeez, how did you ever remember that name?
Well, when one of your dad's drinking buddies smashes his car on the way home from a bar and dies, it tends to leave an impression.
Yeah, I guess so. So, what's the emergency?
Look, I tried calling your cell phone, but I got your voicemail. Please tell me you haven't told Viki about me.
Not for lack of trying.
I didn't get to finish what I was saying earlier. Natalie knows I'm not a Buchanan. She knows I'm a Banks, but she doesn't know you're a Banks. She also says she's not going to say anything to anyone.
But why?
Well, because she thinks it's better for her family if she keeps it quiet. Look, I know you've hated lying to Viki and all this, but please, just don't tell her anything.
Makes you think he's going to ask me to marry him?
You know, for a smart person, Viki, you can be so thick sometimes. You know, he was talking about the two of you met in a diner. It's a special place. He's gonna ask you. Look, the guy's a nervous wreck.
Rox, he said he had to tell me something. Didn't say a word about asking.
Oh, semantics. I'm telling you, he's gonna do it. And Viki, this guy's a catch. And I ought to know. Time for me to vamoose again.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it was just something about the new job. It's not really an emergency at all.
Okay. Well, hopefully that was the last interruption.
Yeah.
Now, was there something that you wanted to ask me?
I don't know how much longer I can stand this.
You can hardly date Miss Natalie while you're pretending to be her uncle, and you especially can't date her if she'll never forgive you. Believe me, she's a stubborn one.
It doesn't matter how stubborn she is. Haven't you ever been in love?
Hasn't anyone told you there's a difference between love and lust?
Okay, I'm ready to go. Dad, please, don't look in there.
What don't you want me to see?
It's just, embarrassing. That's all.
Really? What is it?
It's tampons, and I know you get really uncomfortable with that stuff. Okay.
Oh, really?
Is it really necessary, Todd?
Just because she's ungrounded doesn't mean all the rules have changed.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
How was your day? It was great. I just have a lot of makeup work to do, so I'm gonna thank you for letting me get back to school.
Sure, I'm glad you had a nice day. See, things are back to normal, aren't they?
As normal as they can be, I guess. She's coming around. See what a little trust can do? Well, just hang in there, Dad, okay? I love you. We'll be leaving here in a few minutes. See ya.
What's going on?
Same old story.
You know, I think your dad's right when he says that people are going to think of BE as vulnerable now that Ace is gone.
BE is not vulnerable. I mean, Dad and Uncle Bo are doing an amazing job. We all are. I've never seen my dad act like this before.
You're talking about in that meeting with Cobb?
Yeah, and it's not that he was tough. It's that he destroyed Cobb and he acted like he liked it. Just never seen him like this.
To remind you of anyone?
What are you talking about?
Well, I've read just about everything there is to read about your grandfather. And for a moment in that room, I thought like I was watching Asa Buchanan in action.
You know, I'm not really sure how to say this. All the hemming and hawing. But from the moment I met you, you have always been a very special person to me. You saw me through some of the darkest days of my life.
Oh, for God's sake, will you ask her already? She's dying to marry you. Come on, Charlie. Ask her.
Roxy, please leave us alone.
Oh, excuse me, I don't know what's so hard about it. I mean, anybody who looks at you know that the two of you should be walking down the aisle together. And especially at your age. Come on, hurry up.
Is she right? Charlie? I mean, is that what this is about? Marriage?
You and I both know that John is right about Ramsey.
Yeah. And what if Ramsey's right about McBain?
Are you insane?
If you're making an accusation, I need you to spell it out for the record.
For the record, you planted drugs on me. You want me off the force and out of your way. For the record.
That's a pretty outrageous accusation. You want to take that down to IA? I know they love you down there.
You were in my office earlier. Means, motive, opportunity.
Oh, John, you'll need a better case than that.
That wasn't even a real bust at the warehouse earlier, was it? It was just an elaborate scheme, an elaborate waste of everybody's time so you could frame me.
You sound a wee bit paranoid, John. That's a sign of guilt. You feeling guilty about something? Like sleeping with Antonio's girl?